I left my friend's festival weekend trip after they made me sleep on the couch without warning, while their college friends took the guest rooms and my partner wasn't invited. I, 29 female, and Josie, 30 male, have been friends since high school. We live in different cities but stay in regular contact. Josie and her husband Leo invited me to stay with them for a few days for their town's big annual festival. They asked me to come early this year. About a month before the trip, they told me a few of their college friends would be staying too, which I was excited about. I've met them a few times and they're close with Josie and Leo. The plan was for me to stay Thursday through Monday. For context, when Josie and Leo bought their house years ago, I stayed with them for a month between jobs. Since then, I've always stayed in that same guest room, which they jokingly call my room. I drove 4 hours to their place Thursday. When I got there, their college friends were already there. And it wasn't just the two I expected. They'd also invited Shane and his fiancée, plus Sarah and her husband. I was surprised, and it felt like a couple's weekend. I've been with my partner Oliver for 3 years, and Josie and Leo know him well, but he wasn't invited. I tried to brush it off until I went to drop my bag in the usual room, and Josie stopped me. She told me Shane and his fiancée were using it, and the smaller guest room was taken by Sarah and her husband. Then they told me they hoped I was okay with the couch. I was frustrated, not because of the couch alone, but because they never told me. I asked why they hadn't given me a heads up so I could book a hotel, and they just said they didn't think I'd mind. Turns out Sarah and her husband couldn't find a hotel last minute, so they took the guest room. I was exhausted and annoyed. I called Oliver, who was also upset, especially about not being invited. We looked for hotels, but couldn't find anything affordable. After an hour of going back and forth, Oliver asked if I wanted to come home. I did. I told Josie and Leo I was uncomfortable, wished everyone well, and drove back. Saturday morning, Josie called, saying she was disappointed I left and wished I'd stayed. I asked why she hadn't warned me about the couch, and she said Sarah and her husband couldn't fit on it. I also asked why Oliver wasn't invited if other couples were, and she just said they hadn't thought of it. I told her I felt hurt and didn't regret leaving. Last night, she messaged again saying I ruined her weekend because she was upset the whole time. Now I'm feeling a little guilty.